Hey, book lovers, I'm Candace.
And I'm Chrissy. And you've just stumbled into your new favorite book club, Bookalicious Pod.
We're two sisters reading our way through fantasy, fiction, thrillers, and the occasional "what did we just read" moments.
Every week, we break down books chapter by chapter
with deep dives, hot takes, and detours into sisterly side convos.
Think a cozy book club mixed with a FaceTime call, sprinkled with a little chaos.
We don't hold back on the characters we love or the ones we love to hate.
We play games like Read It Like Reddit, Red Flag or Deal Breaker, and have Spotify polls for you to guess along with our plot theories.
If you've got a TBR pile a mile high, including ACOTAR or Freida McFadden,
or just want to feel like you're hanging with your bookish besties, hit play. This is Bookalicious Pod.
So I just listened to the first Harry Potter episode. I thought it came out nice. I'm thinking I might cut up that fake reader mail that we have. Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Do you have any idea which episode? It might be in one of the descriptions.
It is. It is in one of the descriptions. Do you think you could get me the original file?
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to get you that for something else, too.
Oh,
Oh, the Housemaid, I think.
Oh, Housemaid episode 1. Yeah, because I want to add our intro to that one.
Yeah, I can hook you up. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
And maybe I can get a time machine noise.
Oh.
And like really try to go for it.
For the lessons in chemistry or for Housemaid?
For the Harry Potter episode. Because we reference
put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is that crazy?
That'd be really funny.
I think it'd be funny.
I don't know. I'd be so disappointing. No, I think that'd be good. And then people don't have to actually go through lessons in chemistry.
Yeah, I honestly, part of me wants to take that whole thing down, but
I'm okay with that. It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, maybe we should. Because we have such dislike for it.
I know. Maybe that's where all of our 4-star ratings are coming from.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's listening to that. So. Yeah.
I know. Oh, wow. That'd be so funny.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do that and maybe I won't. And who knows?
We're all in suspense.
We're all in suspense. So we are going to talk about Killing Millie final saga.
Yeah, her big finale.
I'm not ready to say goodbye.
So do you think this actually will be the last one?
I hope not, but I think it is. I really don't know what else they can have her do.
Well, Freida said, also, I got a new Invisalign retainer, so if I have a slight lisp, do you hear that?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. Maybe it'll go away. It comes and goes. So
I never thought your lisp was ever very bad.
Well, I never thought I had a lisp. Did I have a lisp?
No, like when you first got your retainer.
Oh, yeah. Well, they've changed because now they have extra little things on the back end of the teeth to like help push it in. So like so these retainers are giving me a lisp now.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wow.
Not very invisible.
Well, thank God baby Baker will be born and she'll look up at her mom and her mom won't have haggard teeth.
I know. She'll be none the wiser.
None the wiser until her teeth come in.
Yeah, so where did I get these from? These don't look like anybody's.
Well,
but what was I saying?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, I was talking about Housemaid, but were you going to say something about Invisalign?
Nope. Let's keep talking about the Housemaid.
Yeah, Housemaid. In Freida's little afterward thing, she says, "Hope you enjoyed this final adventure of Millie and Enzo." So I think she's meaning for it to be the last one. And based off the reviews, I think a lot of people would agree.
I wonder if we email her our complete Killing Millie theory.
Oh my gosh.
And ask if she would for our readers and for us.
I would be okay with that.
Follow little Ada and her killy demon.
Oh, I thought you meant would like explain the origin story of the spirit of Killy Millie and would then like retell the stories from Killy Millie's perspective of descending onto different people. I need to kill. Because
I
that
like
would
that
be interesting.
idea. Yeah, I like that. Do a Geneva Rose. Go back in time and cover up every plot hole.
Yeah. Maybe that's the book we write.
I know. We could do like a fanfic on it.
Yeah.
It has
Killy
been done.
Millie.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. Exactly right. Okay, well, we are on a timer, so let's get right into this
Yes,
bad
yes.
boy.
Let's do it. Well, welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy,
And I'm Candace.
and today we are finishing perhaps the entire Housemaid series.
No, I'm not ready to say
No,
goodbye.
I know. The Housemaid is watching part two.
This was a crazy long book for what it
Yeah.
was.
What were your high level thoughts?
I wanted more Killy.
Just more murder in general?
Yeah, I would have liked if the
More
murder
crazy
happened.
murder?
Yeah, if it happened sooner. Um, I do like some parts of the ending. I like how we get to see the demon descend into Ada. I really enjoyed that component. It was a little and maybe it was purposely unclear exactly what was happening in the closet room.
Mm,
And I kind of didn't enjoy imagining and filling in. I didn't like that.
mm. Yeah,
I,
I think that was the scariest part of the entire series.
I'm just like, is she gonna go into it? Is she gonna talk about it?
Yeah. She didn't.
She didn't, which I
I'm glad that she didn't
appreciate.
give any details. Yeah. And
I
she kind of
am,
left it as like he was just playing in there.
yeah, yeah.
It could have gone worse.
I'm sure Nico's gonna have a therapy moment and it's gonna
Oh my
unlock and he's
gosh.
gonna, yeah. So I didn't enjoy that component. I prefer more of adults being murdered.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
It
agree.
felt very much like we were in TJ Klune with like these silly, rambunctious kids, and then all of a
Oh.
sudden one of them's getting like assaulted at the end, and
Oh my gosh.
you're like, not Chauncey, you know?
Yeah. Like this doesn't go with the rest of the book.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't enjoy that part.
Yeah. I really think that was the scariest part of the entire series was
Yeah.
talking about what could be happening to the kids.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think rereading it?
Well, okay, so one of the things I remember liking about this book when I first read it, but I read it normal, like
Mm-hmm.
just at my own pace.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I kind of liked that it was the most normal,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, nothing, nothing spaceship seems to be happening here,
Yeah. A little slice
is
of
kind of
life.
how I felt. Yeah. But I'm like, it also makes it a little bit boring. And especially after all of our theories, I'm like, I love the Killy Millie theories, but they just couldn't come for this one, I don't think. Like that
I
super outrageous things.
I know. We don't have Millie like driving around in a red Sonata
Yeah.
trying to vacate people out of a hotel. There's just a
She's
lot
just
that was
normal.
yeah.
I know. So, but I remember liking that, and I still, I don't know. It's an interesting change. But yeah, it felt like all the plot happened at the very end,
Hmm.
and there was a lot of things that like were built up that didn't really make sense, especially with Enzo. I think Enzo made zero sense in this book. I'm like, it doesn't make
Oh.
any sense that he wouldn't tell her anything of what's going on.
Well, based
I don't get
on
it.
the housemaid's marriage, it makes perfect sense.
Ugh, I guess.
These people do not communicate.
I know. Housemaid is not talking.
Do you
That,
think Millie and Enzo are good parents?
oh, I think they are very loving parents and they love their kids more than anything.
Yeah.
I think they have some of their own issues, like we all do, but it does get transmitted down, such as not talking
I was
or
gonna
asking
say,
questions.
uh, literally, we didn't hear about Ada for 300 pages.
Oh my gosh. I pulled out a line that we can get to at the end, but basically they're like, "Do you think Ada's gonna be okay?" And the detective was like, "Yeah, she'll be fine." I was like, "What? Are you kidding?"
The detective was the worst part. I
Oh,
hated
you
that.
think so? Why?
I hated him.
Benito?
Benito. Yes. I have a couple lines, but
Okay,
let's just get right into these summaries and let's just wrap this up.
that sounds good. Okay, so do you want the summary of the whole second part?
Let's do it.
Okay, quite a doozy, but it gets it all. Okay,
Okay.
so we just left off with Millie discovering her neighbor Jonathan with a slit neck dead in his house. She finally has some brain cells and leaves the crime scene without putting her fingerprints everywhere or trying to investigate. Good move.
Good job.
She goes back home, and who does she see soon after but Enzo, covered in blood? He says he cut himself while gardening, but Millie is getting suspicious. Her suspicion grows when the police start questioning her and Enzo. Police Officer Willard wants to know Millie's thoughts on how much time Enzo spent at Suzanne's house and the $1,000 Enzo took out of their account without telling her, and whether she knew about Enzo checking into a motel room with Suzanne a few nights before. Millie is all sorts out of whack, but she calls her police officer friend Benito and he swoops in to offer some advice. Benny tells them the police have a big bullseye on Enzo and believe he and Suzanne were conspiring to kill Jonathan so they could run away together, which would explain Enzo's strange behavior and why Suzanne just recently upped both her and Jonathan's life insurance policies. Benito also hooks them up with an up and coming defense lawyer who has been on a roll and was interested in taking on their case. When the lawyer shows up, it's none other than Cece from book one.
What? I was so happy to
Whoa.
see CC.
I like the all the like throwbacks and like
Yeah.
ends she's tying up here. I really like that. Okay. She's a whole adult now and is pretty fresh out of law school, and she wanted to help Enzo and Millie, so she took on their case. Despite their newfound excellent lawyer care, things aren't looking good for Enzo. It all hits rock bottom when the police search the house and find the murder weapon, his pocket knife, with smudges of Jonathan's blood on it.
No.
And I know. And then they arrest him. What's even more shocking is Enzo tells Millie and Benito that he did murder Jonathan. Millie and the kids are all very distressed, and while Millie is comforting Ada, Ada spills the beans and says, "I know Dad is innocent because I'm the one who killed Jonathan Lowell."
What? All
That's
these kids, everyone's like, I did
crazy.
it.
I know. Everyone wants to take the blame. Okay. We flip to Ada's perspective and learn she was getting picked on by some boys at school. So Enzo became outraged and gave her his pocket knife in cases of severe emergencies. Ada isn't having a good time at school, and she isn't having a good time at home either because Nico has suddenly been in a funk. After weeks of him not being himself, they have a sleepover and Nico finally tells her his secret. He's been threatened by Jonathan Lowell. It all started when Nico was cleaning their house as repayment for breaking the window, and he stumbled upon their creepy closet clubhouse and was tricked out. Oh, that was tricked out with all the latest toys. Jonathan finds him in there and then starts this weird thing where he wants Nico to play with the toys while he watches from a camera.
I hate this.
Weird. So gross. Yeah.
Weird.
I know. Nico grows increasingly uncomfortable with this and asks to stop, but Jonathan says he'll sue the family for all the damage Nico has caused, and if Nico tells anyone, he'll kill each of Nico's family members one by one. Nico's understandably rattled by this, and he hasn't told anyone until this moment when he tells Ada. Ada is furious, but she promises not to tell anyone else. Instead, she decides to go over to the Lowell's house and tell Jonathan that he can't pick on Nico anymore. Once there, she scopes out the creepy playroom. Ugh, that made me scared. And she finds that
Ugh.
there's, I know, and she finds that there's a child-sized bed in the corner with a giant blood stain on it.
Oh God.
I know. Jonathan finds her in the room, asks what she's doing, enters the room, and blocks her exit. And things look dire until Ada pulls out her knife and stabs Jonathan. She leaves him curled up, and the spirit of Killy Millie covers all of her flaws, as not one drop of blood leaves a trail from the Lowell's house to the Accardi's house, even though Ada says the knife has a ton of blood on it and her hand is covered in blood too. She wipes off the knife and stuffs it in her drawer and hopes no one finds out. Once Millie hears the story, she realizes Enzo is covering for Ada, and she has never loved him more. With the spirit of Killy Millie off her back, her brain has had some time to grow, and she comes up with the next level plan. A plan to get both her daughter and Enzo off the chopping block. Together with Benny, Millie pays a visit to Suzette, who's been hiding out in a fancy hotel. Millie confronts her about being an accomplice in Jonathan's dirty schemes, and Benny follows it up with some shocking news. The police found evidence of Braden's blood, that was the kid who went missing a few years ago, in their creepy closet clubhouse. They convince Suzette to confess to murdering Jonathan, which she isn't a suspect for, and for being an accomplice for Braden, which she will definitely be convicted for. Suzette agrees and takes the fall for both crimes. We think we have it all figured out, but no, 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 because in the epilogue, we discover Ada wasn't the one who delivered the final blow to Jonathan, but Martha the maid did. Martha did some behind-the-scenes work for the Accardis to get the house next door, because she had heard about Killy Millie Empire and wanted Millie's help in getting out of her abusive relationship. Strangely, she doesn't communicate this to Millie at all, and instead threatens to divulge Millie's criminal past. Okay?
Oh my
Enzo
God.
makes no sense. Enzo instead begins helping Martha, which actually explains all of his suspicious behavior. And before she escaped, she decided to swipe a few fine jewels from Suzette to finance her getaway. She unexpectedly finds Jonathan at home, staggering from some wound. He sees Martha stealing and threatens to call the police. In a dire effort to get him to stop talking and overcome by the spirit of Killy Millie, she slashes his neck and kills him. She leaves undetected, and no one ever
Oh my
suspected
God.
the housemaid. The end.
Dun, dun, dun.
Pretty
Wow.
juicy story there.
That was that was a story. I don't even know what to think. I feel like weird about it. I don't know that if I like it or don't like it.
Yeah. Are there parts that you like and don't like?
Let's let's go back to the beginning. So there was a couple points where I was like, Millie, you're being unusually smart.
Yeah. She did have a lot of those moments.
And you mentioned that as well. And I was like, wow. Like, let me see if I can find it. So I thought it was smart when the cops go to Millie's house and they're like, "Hey, can we come in?" And she's like, "Oh no, my kids are here. I'd prefer if we just talk on the bench." And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"That is so smart."
That
And
was a good
then,
move.
yeah, then they asked like some generic question about Enzo, and then Millie was like, "Enzo would never kill anyone." And then I was like, "Oh, there's Millie again." And I was like, oh my gosh. So she kept kind of oscillating between being a little smarter, but then also going back to, you know,
Yeah. I kind of felt like her thing with Suzette at the end, that was her most well thought out plan of maybe the
yes.
entire series. Like it was pretty crafty, I thought.
So what does Suzanne really, I can't really remember. What does she get out of taking the fall for both of these things?
W- Um,
That she knew about this child abuse happening?
I think so. I think they're like basically you're gonna get convicted for Braden anyway, so just take the fall for both because Enzo didn't do this. So
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, I kind of forget if there is something else, but I feel like that might kind of be it. Oh, you know what? You know what?
To
Maybe it
me, it
is.
didn't.
Maybe she doesn't
Mhm.
take the fall for Braden because maybe that's like their threat. They're like, if you don't take the fall for Jonathan, then we're gonna t tell about Braden. But honestly, don't they already know about Braden?
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it didn't make like a ton of sense for her to just take the fall just because.
Yeah.
It felt like a little because I thought she was going to jump out the window, honestly, at the hotel
Oh.
when they were presenting it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what they're saying is that on page 366, the cop Ramirez is like, you knew what your husband did, that he killed that boy, and you didn't call the police. And then because of that, she's like an accomplice to that murder. And then they're like, you'll just say that like you did this out of self-defense or something.
Oh, that was it. That was it. And
I
then
don't
and then
know.
what? The thing about Braden is gonna come out too?
Yeah, and that's why it was self-defense because he was like coming after her or something.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, honestly, a little unclear.
I was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know that that makes sense. I thought she was going to jump out that window. That's where I thought the story was going.
I know. I feel like okay, so one thing that came up in the reviews I was reading was Millie being like in the Housemaid one, Millie was backed into a corner and like Freida did such a good job painting that picture of like she really had nowhere else to go. She had to stay in the attic. But here it's like there's a lot of times where it's like, Millie, you could just confront this person. Or like, why is this your motive? And kind of same thing for Suzette, where it's like unclear why she's so backed into a corner.
Well, I think it was just really dumb of Enzo to be like, I did it.
Oh, you think so? Even a cover for Ada?
Yeah, because they're like, they're not going to put a kid in jail. And it's very easy to explain that it was like self-defense for a kid.
Yeah.
And you just
Well,
explain the whole
mhm.
story.
I guess though, Enzo, right. I mean, I
Like
get him wanting to
maybe
protect
at
Ada.
first, maybe at first it makes sense because you don't know the whole story. But once Millie's
Right.
put together the whole story and the abuse and the everything else, that makes sense.
Right. And she told that to
And there's
Enzo.
the camera. They could probably get. Sorry, you're breaking up. What?
Ugh. I said, yeah, and Millie told that to Enzo.
Right, exactly. And then once he knew all that, then it's like that. What makes the most sense is that you just present the truth, and I feel like that would make the most sense.
But I guess would it still kind of be on Ada's record in some way? Like there would still be a report about her murdering someone. Although, well,
She
respond to that
did.
first. But okay, but she
I
didn't.
feel like
They didn't ask her any questions.
well,
Like, I think that's the big
that's
thing
true.
of like, she didn't kill Jonathan.
No, she didn't. And I guess that's the other thing too is that like what's confusing is that they're like, "Oh, he died from slash of the neck, but he also had like this stab wound with a pocket knife in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
like in his torso." And they
Yeah, that
didn't
never.
mention that.
Right. I know. Okay, and another thing that came up on the
And
reviews was that those should be different types of wounds. And so if they found the pocket knife, it seems like they might be able to tell that that wasn't the murder weapon for the neck.
right. Yeah, because the pocket knife's like really small. Like I can't imagine that you would be able to like cut
I don't
someone's
know.
head open like that, like their neck open. That feels kind of crazy. But maybe what it is that if they said Ada did all of these things, she would just say, "Oh, I only stabbed him and I ran off." And then they would be like, "Well, how did his neck get sliced open?" And
Yeah.
now,
Hmm.
I don't know. It just felt strange them kind of cornering Suzette and then Suzette just kind of going along with it. That to me didn't feel like what she would do.
Yeah. Yeah. It was all a little strange. And it's just kind of strange that everyone is just doing sloppy work. Like no one's investigating the two wounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. It's just very
That
convenient.
yeah, I mean that's a trademark of Killy Millie, I would suppose. Do you think that Suzette should have turned in her husband, and why do you think she didn't?
Oh, I think she didn't because of appearance things. She doesn't want to be married to a creepy guy. And she said for Braden, she was
Didn't
like, well, it's not like it would have changed anything.
So Suzette didn't want to turn in her husband for appearances. Why didn't she divorce him?
I don't know.
She's
Was he the one
scared,
making all the
maybe?
money? Because didn't we talk about that like she wasn't a very successful real estate agent or something? Was that it?
I don't remember that.
Or like maybe he was making
That's
more of
good.
the money? Okay.
I, I don't remember them talking anything about him. He was just like untoasted bread.
I know. Does
Like,
that kind of bother you about the book too? Is that everyone who is important actually wasn't a character in the book?
I think that's also like a freedom mark, trademark though.
In
Like,
Housemaid 1,
who?
I think everyone was important, which is maybe
Well, I
why it
guess
was like
that's
the
true.
strongest one. Because Housemaid 2, it was a little random.
Right. It was Mary Beth or whatever. She randomly, like,
Yeah.
we met her for two or three lines.
Right. Yeah.
I, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing just seemed very like happenstance. I guess things can happen like that. So it's
Yeah.
fine. I didn't have like a strong opinion about it. I was just kind of like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah. You want to know something I've learned from Brandon Sanderson's writing podcast?
Ooh, yes.
He said it's very easy to surprise your reader. You
Oh.
could just say, this is the end. And then you have 200 blank pages in your book. And they would be very surprised. So it's not really difficult to surprise them, but the trick is to have a good surprise that's like, oh, this makes sense, and like
Yes.
5% of readers should be able to guess it or something because like it all tracks.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and he said that whatever your character pays attention to, that's what the reader pays attention to. So Millie was not paying attention to anyone who's actually important. So Freida
no.
had us not paying attention to anyone who was important. And then we're surprised. We said, oh my gosh, this character we knew nothing about was the murderer. So she
That's
surprised
true.
us. But
I feel like Janice, the neighbor with the kid on the leash,
oh yeah, her too.
she was like so strange. And I was really hoping that the kidnapped kid was hers.
Right? I don't know if we talked about that last time, but I thought about that too.
I think I mentioned it that I was thinking that that he was like the kidnapped kid and she was holding him hostage,
That would make a lot of
you know?
sense. I know. She didn't even make it in my summary because she ended up being nothing.
I guess her plot point was Nico kept saying that he was hanging out with the friend, but actually he was going into the neighbor's.
Creepy
underground
clubhouse.
basement thing. Creepy
Yeah,
clubhouse. Yeah.
that's true. I think that's part of it. And then she was the eyes. So she knew who was coming and going from the house.
Yeah.
So that she kind of helped incriminate Enzo because he was the
That's
only one who had
true.
gone in.
I feel like Enzo was just making so many bad choices and he wasn't letting Millie in on anything, even after like he got caught.
Yeah.
It took way too long for him to let her in on it.
Okay. What that was another big complaint in the reviews was Enzo's reason for not telling Millie was because of her high blood pressure. Was that a good enough excuse? It seemed crazy that he wouldn't tell her about helping a woman in need, considering that was their career.
Well, and I think Millie even says something. She's like, "Oh, so you'd rather have me think that you were having an affair and like doing all these crazy things? Like,
Millie and her
that's the
brain
alternative?"
cells.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. I There was one line where Enzo was finally starting to spill the beans, and then she says, "Enzo, I don't want to hear any lies." And this was just after it had been revealed that Enzo was part of the Italian mob.
Oh,
And
right.
I was like, here we go. Here we go. He's in charge of the mob. Like, we're going to find out. And then Millie's like, I don't want to hear anything else. And I was like, no.
That was our chance. We'll never
I kind
know.
of had this feeling come to me when you were doing the recap is that how Enzo's treating Millie feels very reminiscent of how Millie treated Brock
Oh,
with kind of these like
interesting.
insane behaviors that you're like, this doesn't make
You're
any sense.
right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you're like, why is he still with her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Now it makes more sense for Millie because she's married to him and has two kids. So, it's going to
Right.
take a lot to shake her out. But just like Enzo was doing like that kind of level insanity of just who would tolerate this, you know?
Yeah. Huh. Fascinating.
Hmm.
Man. So would you, okay, because that was one of my questions for earlier on of like Millie really thought that Enzo was the murderer because all signs were pointing to him.
Yeah.
So if you were in Millie's shoes, would you think it's Enzo? Do you think?
Yeah. I'd be like, you're acting very odd and you have been. And I know you've killed at least 50 people with me, but like I know you've done it. Like,
Okay, apparently not, because there's one line where she's like, that doesn't sound like Enzo at all to murder Jonathan Lowell. And I was like, what?
uh,
Like, we know different Enzos.
oh, that was the other thing is that Millie was like acting like just so she did this in Housemaid too as well, where people are doing these. She's like, "Oh my God, I would never do that," or "I can't believe you did that," or X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. And it's like that's who you are. You are this insane person.
Oh my gosh. One of the craziest lines was when we're hearing from Ada's perspective, she and Nico have all these conversations and like she worries a lot and Nico's like, "Oh, you're acting just like mom." And then one time he says it and she goes, "He means it as an insult, but maybe it isn't such a bad insult to be compared to the one totally normal and rational person in the family." And I said, Millie is the one rational person in the family?
I know. I had those thoughts too, where I'm like, this is not Millie's wheelhouse, and she's spinning these plates trying to keep them from breaking.
Oh my gosh.
Millie, when Enzo's telling her about what he did in the mob, Millie has a thought. I have to bite my tongue from saying the terrible thought going through my head that if he was shaking people down and breaking their fingers, or worse, maybe this is his karma coming back to bite him. And I was like, girl, you had a man rip out his teeth,
Oh
number
my
one. His
gosh.
own teeth. That sounds where I would rather someone break my fingers than me rip out my own teeth.
She didn't make him rip out his teeth.
She drove him to the brink.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess she did. No, she said he can only get out if he rips out his teeth. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. And then I was like, maybe this is your karma as a serial killer. How about that? No introspection.
I, once again.
Ah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the other believable thing, which you kind of already touched on, is Millie not asking Ada any follow-up questions. Like Ada tells her the story and she's like, I killed Jonathan. And Millie's like, well, I don't want to upset her, so I won't ask any more details. But I
Jesus.
was like, I don't know. I feel like you should know how all this stuff goes down. I feel like you could be helpful if you knew more details. I don't know. Or even just for Ada's own well-being. Okay, and I have another follow-up question after that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, follow-up question. Would you tell Ada at that point that you are also a murderer? That seems like a good time,
Yeah, that's when I would tell her,
right? Some
"Hey,
solidarity.
hey, baby girl, it's not your fault. We have this demon. It runs in the family.
It's about time you knew. Looks like you
It
inherited it.
it looks like, yeah, it looks like you inherited it. It's activated. It's gonna, this is something you're gonna have to live with, and that's it. That's what it is. So,
Yeah. Welcome to your new life.
yeah, instead of like you're a wizard, Harry, you're a serial killer,
You're a
Ada.
ser- No. Oh my gosh, that'd be awful. Man.
When Millie goes to investigate, so Enzo reveals to Millie that, oh, I was helping whatever the other housemaid name
Martha.
was, Martha. I was gonna say Olga. I was helping Martha escape. So she goes to visit Martha to confirm. And
Uh-huh.
then the husband says, well, that girl took off on me earlier this week, and after all I did for her. And I was like, Housemaid Academy 101. Flee the scene.
Yeah.
Like, this is their playbook they've been doing for 100 years.
Oh my gosh. What if Frida's sequel to all this is the house husbands? They all band together and they like connect the dots of all the similarities and they realize it's Millie.
Well, I mean, she tried to do that with the housemaid
Wedding.
wedding,
That's true.
and Enzo busted his kneecaps
Oh my gosh.
in
Pulled
the
out his
public
fingers.
bathroom. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. I guess that's true. So did you like that Martha was the big bad and it was like a full circle moment of housemaids being the murderers? Or were you disappointed that Millie was so normal and played no role in this murder?
I think Martha was the craziest character of them all.
Did you think that
Like,
before the murder?
well, when she was saying, "Oh, well, I was going over to the house and like spreading lies about the
Oh,
house,"
right.
I
Yeah,
was
so no
like,
one would buy
"This
it.
is this is crazy." Like, I don't think a reasonable person that they're like looking at a house that they like, and then the neighbor comes by and says, "Oh, just so you know, there's mold." You'd get a house inspection, you know?
That's true. I don't know. You want to believe it?
No, because I'd be like, "Why are you telling me this?"
That's
And
true.
I would think that it's that you have a vendetta against like the owner. Now, maybe that is what would turn me away, is that I'm like, there is
Right.
a psycho neighbor. So maybe
That's
that's what it
true.
is.
Right. It had nothing to do with the mold. It had everything to do with Martha.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my God, like you're here all the time. Like I don't want to see you." So maybe that would deter me.
That could work.
But like what was Martha's whole plan? She was basically like, "I need to get Millie to live next door to me so that I can help so she can help me get out."
I
It
don't
was very
know why
convoluted.
she didn't get her phone number. It seemed
I
reasonable.
know. Contact the housemaid hotline.
I know. There's got to be a business card floating around somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So
That was
that
crazy. And then it was crazy that she never talked to Millie. And the one chance she did
after
get to have
all
Millie
that,
alone. Yeah. then she like threatens to tell Suzette about Millie's past. Like, why did she even do that?
I don't know. And then to be like impressed and she was like a young girl, she's like, "Oh, I saw you kill that young man and I knew that you killed for the right reasons."
Oh my
This is
gosh.
crazy.
Yeah, Millie's first fan, lifelong.
Yeah. And she's just been like following her around. I don't know. Martha ain't right. Something ain't right about that girl.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, that was strange. Okay, also, and why did Suzette even raise their life insurance? Was that just coincidence? Or like, I don't, it just seemed like there were so many details that ended up not being important.
There was a lot of things happening all at once at the same exact time that I guess could be coincidence, but just feels like is not.
Like
Like
with
the life
Enzo
insurance, like
being,
you're saying.
mm-hmm.
Like I think the life insurance, um, Martha showing up at the house the day that this is all going down to rob them and then killing him on her way out.
Didn't we think that was that one of our theories in Housemaid's Secret that like there's three different murderers and they all came at once? Or no, was that the perfect marriage? That might have been the perfect marriage. Like one
That was
person drugged
probably the
them, one
perfect
person.
marriage. It just kind of
Yeah.
all coalesced.
Yeah, it actually happened in this one.
Yeah. So it actually happened in this one. So I guess it's possible. Yeah. I don't know. I'm I'm not I can't even like think about anything to really recap with this book. I guess it feels like very like blasé to me.
It kind of does. A little bland, I think. So maybe I don't like how normal Millie is in this book.
Do you think it made sense to give Ada a pocket knife for self-defense at the school?
I think from Enzo, that makes a lot of sense. In a normal case, wouldn't be my first choice.
And then he like shows her how to like stab with it. I don't know. That was just like kind of crazy. But Enzo has no problem if he feels like people are in the wrong to kill them. So I guess that's like his honor code.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There was a line when we're in Ada's perspective, and she says, "Now that I'm looking at myself in this blurry window, I realize I've gotten older. My facial features have become a lot more similar to my mom's. I never noticed it until this moment." And I said, Killy is fully activated.
Yeah.
It's taken over her face. It's like
Spiritual and
presenting
physical.
itself. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I still think Ada killed the guy.
Oh, you think
I'm
so?
I'm not believing Martha. She is a freak. She's a liar.
Oh my
Ada,
gosh.
she wanted a piece of this book and she said, I'm obsessed with Millie.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Maybe she found him and he was already dead and she's like, "You know what? I need in on it. I'm
Leave
gonna
my
kill him a little
mark.
bit too." Yeah, leave my mark.
Oh my gosh.
And then she saw that Enzo, so then she's like, "These people helped me. They did all this stuff." Then she sees that Enzo gets arrested and she doesn't immediately come forward. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, did she know, was that public that Enzo got arrested? Because that is
Yeah.
crazy. If Enzo helped her
Yeah.
so much. I don't know if she did or if she just saw that Suzette came forward. Because I don't know if they would talk about Enzo being arrested, right?
She says, no, she says, later I saw on the news Enzo had been arrested. I felt so terrible about that, especially after everything he did to me. Da 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 da. I was seconds away from calling the police to tell them that I was the one who did it. But
She
before I
wasn't.
could, a story came on the news that shocked me. And I'm like, okay, sure, sure,
What?
sure.
Okay, Martha's the most evil.
Ugh. She's staying in a
That's pretty
hotel that
awful.
Enzo paid for. That's crazy. She was trying to
Yeah.
steal from them. Why was
And
she trying to steal from them if Enzo was helping her?
because I think her husband had stolen her money. So she needed more money again. And she's like, I know the place. I think that's what it was.
But I wouldn't steal from the person that I'm trying to get me to like that's trying to get me the escape hatch. I would go and steal from someone else.
Well, that's why she didn't go to the Cardi's house. She went to the
N
locals.
No, 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 no. Millie caught her pocketing her necklace. And Enzo was
Oh.
like, "Don't worry about it." Maybe that's when he found out. I don't know.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Why not just keep stealing from Suzette?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Martha really doesn't make any sense.
I'm thinking it's the
Hmm.
Martha component that I'm not liking is because she's just kind of crazy. She was very one note. We knew very little about her. We get thrown a
Yeah.
sob story at the end.
Yeah, you're right. I think that is what's off. Well, I think there's
Yeah.
multiple things. I think also we didn't know Jonathan
No.
because in the other two books, we definitely knew Andrew, and then I
We
kind of
knew
forget how the housemaid's
Wendy
secret went.
and we
Yeah,
knew Garrett.
Wendy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like the key characters here weren't strong or weren't fleshed out. And then so much of the book's focus was on Millie trying to figure out Enzo's affair, but it wasn't even real. So, yeah. So, man, not not the highlight.
No. No, I don't think so. Millie is reminiscing and she's like thinking about the murder and she's like, I keep seeing him dead. And she's like, my daughter did that. And I
I've
was
never
like,
been
Killy.
prouder.
I know, honestly, I was like, Killy Millie. Here it is. The fruit of your loins.
The fruit of your looms.
Hmm. What did you think of Ramirez dating Nina?
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I like that she kept pulling in old characters. So that was kind of, but it was so random. I was like, what? Where did this come from?
I wrote, I was like, still single, unsurprising for Nina. Cause she's a monster too.
That's true. She was our most evil in the first book, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nina, Martha. Who was most evil in the second book? Wendy?
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy was
Wendy
pretty bad.
Bird.
Wendy definitely.
Yeah, Wendy Bird. She was the mastermind. And this book, I'm thinking it's Martha. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it has to be Jonathan because he's a
Well,
child's
abuser.
pedo
Yeah.
freak. Yeah. So I guess he wins the first one, but I guess the close second would be Martha.
Man.
Yeah. What I didn't like about Ramirez or Cecilia is that they were both breaking, I felt like, so many laws, doing all these
Oh,
different things.
telling them all the like inner workings of everything.
Yeah, like letting them know like the tea on like what was going to happen and X, Y, and Z. Not Cecilia so much, but definitely like Ramirez and like Ramirez and Millie driving to the hotel. I was like, this is so crazy because it's like, I don't know what it would be. Witness interrogation or witness tampering or
Oh,
intimidation or
right. Well, I mean, yeah, it is kind of crazy, but he's not working on the case, so is it different?
I mean, but he's using his connections to know all the details. So I think it's definitely it just felt very illegal and it just I don't know.
Well, the trick to these books is you have to find a place where the police department does sloppy work and doesn't care,
Does
which has been
I
the
guess
key
that's
part of
true.
this book and The Perfect Marriage.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Hit and Ramirez, I didn't like him from the beginning because to me, he represents like the cop who chooses justice when it fits
Oh,
his
he
narrative,
decides.
which I feel
Uh-huh.
like that is, yeah. And I feel like that's almost even more evil than perhaps killing Millie because she's not masquerading as a law enforcement. She's masquerading as a convict
With no
doing maid
introspection,
work.
who judges
Yeah,
other
like,
people for.
yeah, it just feels like even more deceptive to be in law enforcement and be using your connections to do your own justice. I don't know. It feels like
Oh, I
even
see what you're
more.
saying. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. It felt like in this one, I guess there was a little bit of that. I don't know. I didn't feel it like that too much because mostly it
Yeah.
seemed like he was just helping his friends. And then I don't know how he found out about Braden's blood. How does he know all this insider?
Oh, so because they went in, the police saw the room because it was like open
But he's not
and
part
they
of that
looked
police
in.
force.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's using his connections.
Oh,
He had
right, right,
like,
right,
oh,
right.
hey, what's going on with this case? Blah, 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 blah. And they said, oh, you won't believe it. We found this blood from this cold case from 10 years ago.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, it is an abuse of
You
power.
know,
That is what he's doing.
maybe that's what it is. It's like an abuse of power. In addition, I mean, listen, this book is about defining your own justice, but it just seems like Millie has like a very strong sense of what is like right and wrong for other people. But when it comes to herself, like
Very
Enzo, I
gray.
can't believe you'd break someone's fingers, you know? Or I can't believe you would do this. And she's like, I would never do that. I'm like, you would definitely do that. But that's kind of what I like about Millie is that she's so crazy.
That's true. But not everyone can be crazy.
Yeah.
We can only take one.
Yeah, I was just saying like all the stuff that Ramirez was doing, I was like, this is how you get a mistrial. It's this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But how
So
else was Millie gonna corner Suzette if she didn't have her
I
insider
know.
knowledge?
I know. I thought it was smart that Ramirez went with Millie to go talk to Suzette because he said the kids don't need their mother locked up for murder too. I was like, he knows who he's dealing with. That was smart.
That was a good call.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was his plan to corner Suzette like that or Millie's. I want to think it's Millie's because that's her big time to shine. But I'm worried he had some of his brain cells helping figure it out.
Yeah. I could have seen that. Ramirez also says like, Millie, will you get in the car pretty please? I was like, pretty please? I was like, that's psycho.
He says that to Millie?
Yeah.
Why? She doesn't want to. I don't know. All of it's
She says
weird.
she says, I have to get to Enzo's bail hearing in less than 2 hours. Ramirez, we need to talk. Millie, what about?
Oh,
Millie, we'll get in the car, pretty please. Come on. And I'm like, ugh. I don't know. So I just didn't like him. But
yeah.
let's talk about some of the things that I did like. I really liked Millie. I thought she was very fun. The first half of this book was so funny. She
I
lost
loved
her
her
funniness.
one-liners.
Maybe that's what it is that it's like she's not insane in the second half and she's not funny.
Yeah.
It's
She's
just
just
kind of
normal
sad.
mom.
Yeah. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of bland. Okay, but you liked Millie in the first half. What else did you like?
Hmm. I really liked Nico. He made me laugh. He was very fun. And that's why I was like so sad, I think, in the second half. I was like, no, not
Oh,
Nico.
I know.
And I thought Frida did a really good job writing from like a kid's perspective,
I
especially like
thought
with
so too.
Ada.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of her sweet spot. Like she's very good, I feel like, at writing from like a kid's perspective.
I was gonna say just switching voices in general. Because I
Yeah.
feel like Nina felt very different. Millie feels different. Ada, I thought Ada had a really good voice.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I like that too.
Being like the quiet introvert and just trying to like stick to yourself and then being like harassed by people. Like
Yeah.
that just felt I could see that happening,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then with Nico and his behavior change when like the abuse started happening, I thought she did a really good job like showing like Nico's like decline from being a rambunctious fun kid into being like having outbursts and being not
Yeah.
himself.
She knows how the brain works. That's her strong
Yes,
suit.
that is. Yeah, and I thought she did those parts really well.
Yeah. I like those. I like how she tied in old characters like Cece and Benny.
Benny.
Especially Cece though. I'm glad she made a an appearance.
Cece was really giving me a lot of Sarah Morgan vibes.
Maybe that's the crossover.
I
Nah, it has
know.
to be Millie.
It has to be Millie. And also Sarah Morgan would never be a public defender. No way, no how. No way, no
Gotta
how.
start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. What do you think Nina's doing?
Sounds like she's just still living off of her inheritance. She's still on a beach somewhere.
Her millions of billions of dollars.
Yeah, that was my impression.
One last line. I think this is all I have. Millie says, after this is all over, the whole family's going to need therapy.
Finally.
I said, you
Thank
needed therapy
goodness.
before this started.
I
This is how you got
know.
here. Do you think if Enzo had been honest with Millie, the outcome would have been different?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, I mean, yeah, maybe they could have helped Martha escape before. And then maybe Martha
Yeah.
wouldn't have been there to kill Jonathan. That's possible.
Yeah. And then they could have just told the truth instead of having to make up this crazy story.
Yeah. And then also, then Millie would know that he wasn't cheating on her. That's pretty significant.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the biggest issue, I think.
Yeah, I think there could have been a story where Enzo and Millie are a team because we never get to see them do their work together.
That's true. We only hear about it.
We only
That's a
hear
good
about it.
point.
So it would have been
Um,
nice to, because even, yeah,
Even in the second one, they didn't.
no, because Millie, they were kind of working independent.
Yeah.
They were kind of working together towards the end there, but they were a little bit on like, they were never like a team to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they don't communicate, so it's difficult to be partners in crime.
Yeah. Ah, well, those are the big highlights that I have. What about you? Anything left on the table?
I think we've touched it all. There's a few other books that Millie mentioned, but I didn't have a chance to look it up. But I do feel like this book had some like fun references in it that I
Yeah,
appreciated.
I think so too.
So, okay, one more line to your question of are Millie and Enzo good parents? So Enzo just got arrested and Millie's saying goodnight to her kids. She's like, I need to go in and comfort Nico now. And this is what the line says. She goes in and she says, bedtime. I took the comic book out of his hands and laid it on his desk. Time to go to sleep. I'm not tired. I bet you're more tired than you think. I bet I'm not. But he puts his head on the pillow and I turn off the lights. And I was like, that's your comforting pep talk?
I
Oh my
know.
gosh, Millie. But, anyways.
I think the worst part of all of this is that they probably spent so much freaking money buying this house because that's cost a lot of money, and now they're gonna sell it right away.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll make
And there's
more. I don't
no
know. But now there's
way.
been a murder.
That's what I'm saying. A murderer and a creep live next door.
Right. Well, they're both gone now. So now you just have Janice. Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always
So
knew they needed some finance help,
that's
some
true.
business
That's true.
sense.
Okay.
All right.
What
Rating?
do the Reddit say? Oh, rating. Yes, let's rate this book.
Okay. Message/theme. Are we skipping it?
Let's skip it.
All right. Writing style.
I thought this was one of Frida's strongest ones. I would give it a 4.
Okay. I was thinking 3.5 or a 4, but there's not like a ton that I didn't like. So I'll go 4. Okay.
Okay.
Character depth.
I thought she did a great job with Nico. I thought she did a great job with the people who were not important to the story. So I don't know what to do about that.
What is it, average? Who are the people that you think she did a great job with? Nico?
I thought she did great job with the kids. Very good job with the kids. I thought
Suzette?
she did a good job with Millie being like the worried mom. Suzette felt like a cartoon caricature,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which, okay. I can let that slide for a Frida book. But like we talked about, I just felt like the maid, I can't even remember her name, Martha.
Martha. Mm-hmm.
I would have liked Millie to have been in on it or something.
Right.
It felt like all the cool things that were happening in this book, we didn't get to see.
That's kind of true. You're right.
We got
Yeah.
to
Well, I
see
guess we
Millie
saw
making
Ada.
pancakes.
I know. For 200 pages. You're right. Okay, so character depth. What do you think?
I think I'm going to go with 3.
I was thinking 2.5 or a 3. I think I'll go 2.5 here. Okay, lands the
All right.
plane.
I would say, in terms of a Frida book, this is the one that lands the plane the most, and I actually like it the least. Who knew? I'll give it a 3.
Hmm. I don't know, because I liked how she tied it all in. I didn't guess it. I think I'll go 4.
All right. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I think it was also my least favorite. Just the least razzle dazzle, I think.
There was no insanity happening.
I
And maybe
know.
she like heard our recaps from before and she was like, okay, they want it to make sense. I'll make it make sense. And now we're like, "Ugh, this is
Is
flop."
this what you want?
Yeah, no, we want your razzle dazzle. Now we're used to it.
It's true. Can't be, can't win them all. Okay,
No.
entertainment
Mm-mm.
value.
3.
Yeah, I
Three and a
know. Were
half.
you
I'll do three and a
excited to
half.
read it?
I was, and I was just, I think the ending was just so wah, wah. For like the end of the
Yeah.
housemaid, this iconic housemaid
Yeah, our
killing
main characters
Millie.
have gone to despair.
Yeah.
Right. They don't really do anything. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
That's why I'm thinking 3.5. What are you thinking?
I think I'll go 3.5 too. Because I still was like, interested in the story of like what's gonna happen next. But
Yeah.
not as much of a page turner.
No. Mm-mm. I mean, it took all the way until part 2 for like the murder to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so much of the book wasn't important.
I think I would have liked it better if Janice, I said this before, but I think I would have liked it better if she had taken the kid and he wasn't dead. I don't want dead kids. I
Yeah,
don't
that
want
that's true too.
assaulted kids.
Yeah. Call me crazy.
Call me crazy. That's not what I want in my Frida books.
Yeah.
I want
Got a little
laughs
too
and
real here.
lulls. Yeah, you're like, okay, this is sad. Now
I
what?
know. You're right. I think that's true. Okay, other miscellaneous.
I feel pretty good with what I have. I don't feel the need to add any extra.
Yeah, nothing to add. Okay. Any guesses what our average comes out to?
3.5?
Um, yeah, 3.4.
All
That's
right,
one of
three
our
and a half.
lowest. Not the lowest, but
It's not what we've come to expect. It's not the same
no.
quality of insane that we have grown to love from our Frida.
I know this one didn't get the Frida boost that the other ones have. Because the other ones fail our metrics
Right,
too. But
exactly.
but they get plus a million for Frida. So
Plus, plus a million, like Millie.
yeah. Okay, well, Goodreads is pretty similar. Well, 3.87. So in the
Okay.
3 range.
I think I think something to keep in mind is that the only people who make it this far are like the stands.
Mm, yeah. Some people love it.
You're
Some
you're
people
not
thought it
gonna
was their
make it
favorite.
right. So what were some of the reviews that you saw?
A lot of them we already talked about of like things that don't make sense. Of like, why did Enzo not tell her anything? Why weren't they partners in this? Um,
Hmm.
but then a lot of people just saying like it was boring, not a lot happened.
It was a sad and long death for Killy Millie.
I know. She lives on in our hearts.
She lives on in our hearts and in Sarah Morgan's soul.
Yes. Oh,
So we
there's this.
have,
Yeah.
oh, go for it.
No, no, you can go.
I was just gonna say there's hope for us yet for a third episode, or not a third episode, another book with Killy Millie
Oh, yeah,
with
perfect.
the third
Funeral or whatever.
installment. Hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever it's gonna be named. Yes.
I know. Man, I don't want Millie to end like this. Maybe we'll
I don't
reread The
either.
Housemaid one one of these days. Do a
Well,
second recap.
the Housemaid 1, the movie is coming out on Christmas Day.
Oh my gosh, on Christmas? Would you want to see that
Yeah,
movie on Christmas?
I do. We're gonna see it opening night.
Oh my gosh. Why
Yeah.
does Andrew know
We'll
the
have
story?
I've been telling him to read it so that he can finally talk to me about something that I'm interested in. And he's like, I only like to read books that make my brain better. And I'm like, well,
This
you're
one
a
will.
I've never said that. I just say, well, you're boring.
You should read Housemaid 3. That one's
Yeah.
up your alley.
Oh my God. Okay, so what's next on the list?
Oh, the creatures.
We're doing the creatures.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep, that's what I have. So I'm gonna have to read that tomorrow if we're gonna try to plot on it Friday.
Uh, I don't know. I think we just do it in 2 parts.
A two-parter.
It's pretty slow. I
How
know.
far are you?
Like 50 pages. So I guess not super far.
I'm like 50 pages into, and I'm like, what happened to this old lady's son? Is
Is
he,
that the mystery?
I was like, is he murdered? Is this a murder book? And I'm like, am I just superimposing murder on everything that I
I
read?
know. Killing Millie goes to the aquarium.
Is Killing Millie the octopus?
Oh my god.
It's counting down how many days until it can find a new host. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to read every book from the Killing Millie lens.
Will you read another Frida book?
I would read another Freida book. For Freida,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. For Frida, I'd read another one. She's given us Killing Millie, and that is something that I think about Killing Millie almost every day.
An integral part of my life now.
Uh, Truly, like I bring it up so often.
To
I
who?
need to anyone. It comes up all the time. I'll be I'm always telling Andrew, I'm like, oh my God, you know who would do this? Killing Millie. We're always watching horror movies too. Also, that's
Oh.
probably why it comes up every day.
I'm actually always thinking about murder.
I just started listening to a murder podcast.
Oh
So I really
boy.
am always thinking about murder.
Oh no, no, no. Can't do that.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I'm sure everyone's heard of it before. It's called Morbid.
Oh, sounds
Yeah,
delightful.
yeah, it's really good. All right, well, that's it. So next time you hear from us, we'll be cruising along
Mm.
with the octopus book. Friend of the pod,
Yeah.
Meg, said that it's good. So we'll see what happens.
We hope so, Meg.
We hope
This one
so.
was a little bit of a flop, which I hate to say.
I hate to say it too. We really were holding out.
I know, but I'll read a Frida flop.
I'll read a Frida flop. Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah. Thanks for potting.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.